By the way, you must qualify to race. Alright, Brandon, stop talking. I started the stream a little too early. I'll leave it in this blooper. And we are here. I'm doing a little mock lap as the other drivers and Stinger do their qualifying runs. We're here at Daytona and winged COTs. This is the Daytona 500 run for 30% night, which should be at about an hour and 10 minutes long, with a lot of rating on the line right now. We're seeing drivers like Zachary Rains and Benjamin Cusson show up to this event trying to get their boots on, really, and see what they can do at Daytona. This is old Daytona. It is bumpy. You can see just doing my little demo laps right now. The car is bouncing around the smallest bit, but it's still a lot when you're in the pack. Tonight we have 2 caution attempts per stage. A stage will be called at the halfway, so in today's race, if it was per se 60 laps, at 30 laps, the caution would be thrown. The drivers would be able to back it down, have a little break, enter pit road, do what they need, service their car, and so on. Yes, we are in for a pretty interesting night. Yesterday we went to Charlotte at Men's 18. We saw a lot of pack racing, things like that. Around the lap 47 mark, we saw Ryan Arnold get airborne multiple times in a vicious crash caused by Zachary Rains in the exit of turn 4. Drivers like Earl Childress were involved. He ended up spinning out in pit road. Paul Perricone plowed directly into the 17 car, which was Ryan Arnold, resulting in a spectacular flip for that car. We have no field cap today because in Stinger normally at 1.5 mile tracks down, we have a field cap to make sure that only the fastest cars can make it into the field. Last time we raced with the field cap would be Charlotte, which didn't end up beating the cap. Before that, we went to Las Vegas in OG Cup, and I will now be backing it down before the line as to not set a time, and I have failed horribly. This will put me 13th. But as of now, the current standings for qualifying are Nick Slade on the pole, Buckshot Bill outside pole, Carl Childress second row, Daniel Pullhouse on his outside. And we are waiting for a few other drivers to qualify, and then we will be able to go. Yeah. But on the stream, you can see we have a little last page up right here, which you can't see me moving around, which will go away when the race has started. I need to scale this down to what's happening in the server, so we're waiting. And we're looking for a driver who is not qualified, which appears to be Noah Reed. No, it may be, I don't know. I'm actually pretty confused about this one, but we have 45 seconds left. Yes, we're on set for a pretty good race tonight. I will start scaling the things on the tickers so it looks a little better for you guys. Got a little bugged. Okay, driver told me the stream was messed up, although I do know it is messed up right now. You're waiting for the race to start so we can scale this away. Unfortunately, we did not do the necessary preparation to make sure that things were scaled due to just time constraints and having to work on other tickers and things like that. By the way, we do have some tickers coming out later this week. We have the 2022 ticker, the 2005 speed ticker, and a few updates to our already released builds, which you can see on our Discord server, NTD. If you would like a link to that, it will be in the comments after the stream. So yes, Trevor Davis lines up on the pole, infamous for his line. Why did Trevor Davis do that in other racing leagues? But yes, Trevor Davis will be our poleser for today at Daytona. We are now scaling some of the assets on the stream, so that way it just looks a little better for you guys. Get filtering. By the way, the green flag will not show up until we have actually taken the green flag, because it'll just show up as get in car. That should be fixed in V1.1 of our Fox ticker. But every car just about lining up. We're in for a very long race tonight. Benjamin Cusson, he's been pretty winless for his talent level. He's looking to go and score his win as we are getting ready to roll off. Okay, wait. I just realized. We're fixing something, so just give me a second. And it should be working now. Okay, it's working. You guys now have game audio. Drivers are now discussing who has smoke particles on and who does not. We can see the 11 car, Booty Man, as we know him in the server. A little bit of a vulgar name, but yes, he is currently having Wi-Fi issues. And we are now trying to sort out the issue with the 11 car, make sure that he doesn't cause any wrecks. And we are now completely under punch zone in the Discord call as we get ready to go green for the Daytona 500 in Stinger. Trevor Davis, our pole sitter, Peter Kenny on the outside pole. Peter Kenny ended up causing a big wreck at Charlotte in the final half of that, or in the final lap of that race, leading to Brandon Carter's win. And we are now green flag racing at Daytona. Everyone getting just about a sluggish start. 19 bumps to 69 on the high line. 19 of Brandon Carter, 15 really on his bumper there. As we enter turn 1, coming up just about. 11 car still lagging, looking to drop back. So he's sort of like the little news story of this lap. He's having issues with his Wi-Fi. He knows that his car can cause a wreck if he is not careful, and he is blinking bad. So his goal is to drop back on the apron, make sure that no wrecks are caused, and he does so perfectly. No wrecks have been caused by him dropping down. He just needs to get to the back of the pack before we actually enter the corner. But as we enter turn 3 and 4 for the first lap, Nick Slade going on that high line. 27, Zach Duranes on the inside now in 4th place. Trevor Davis holds his lead. Benjamin Cusson up to 3rd, although I think that's where he started. You can see that Brandon Carter, the 19 on the outside line, followed by the 15, Paul Perricone. There goes the 11 car. As we come around for lap 1, Connor Dowdy getting extra loose. Zero car, Trevor Davis still our leader. Very good super speedway driver. He's just holding on to it with Peter Kenny on his rear. The 48 has been warned for not holding a line. As we can see, EL wreck going onto the front stretch. That is the 48 of Connor Dowdy. And he check up going hard into the corner. One car, 85, loose on the bottom. He saves it. As we come around the front stretch, Trevor Davis holds on to the rear of the pack, getting very dicey. Too many cars in the high line, as I'd say, for an early stint race. Brandon Carter right on the bumper of that 69. He may try to push in the corner, which is something you just don't do in NR. So we're going to focus on these two. Actually, we should focus on Connor Dowdy at the 8. Connor Dowdy is a one-time winner in Stinger. His only win came out at Atlanta Yard. A quote-unquote super speedway, is some would say, because it is flat out. But he is having issues with his car's rate, it seems. In the front of the pack, you can see Trevor Davis holding on to it, Peter Kenny and Ben staying in their positions. A weird car to see up here, a guy with a probation at the moment, Zachary Rains. He has probation after wrecking Ryan Arnold at Las Vegas. He has probation until Sunday. Nick Slade just not able to get back on that inside line as he goes, no, not into the wall, very close. If I was him right now, I ran these Daytona races before, I would not want to be out there, because if a little wreck happens, all the momentum goes up the track, and when it goes up there, you can't dodge it. So far, so good, though. Rather single file racing. A few guys trying to make a few moves. Like Nick, I don't know how he's able to keep it up there for so long and actually keep with the cars next to him. As it looks like they're getting a little stacked up going into 3 and 4. TJ Smith below the line. He will get it back up there behind Daniel Palef Jr. in the 25 Chevrolet. Brandon Carter will need to get out the gas for him, though, because TJ lost all of his momentum entering this corner. The 11 car, you saw him blink in for a fraction of a second there, but he is back. He had to drop back on the start. He did start in 4th place today, or actually 5th, because he was on the inside line. Actually, I think so. I don't know. But, whoa, big checkup for TJ and Daniel. Brandon Carter, I mean, who has a problem with just pushing people into corners for no reason, really. He did this at Las Vegas where he caused a wreck and ended up flipping himself. He just sandwiches you in and he bought you there. He's a good driver, but he's very reckless when it comes to super speedways and just running close in the pack. Although things like that will be worked out with experience. TJ Smith below the line. So he will get a warning for that as well. You can see the 15 car Paul Perricone on the outside of Connor Dowdy of the 48. Connor Dowdy hitting that apron, not really knowing what he's doing apparently with that car. As we see in the front of the pack, the 7 car Cam Smith has dropped down. Unsure if he's a lap down car or what. We're going to not replay him, and we're actually going to focus on the leaders as Ben Cussing gets shuffled out with Brandon Carter. I've always seen these two drivers as sort of teammates almost in a way, although they don't work together very often. I don't know. I just sort of see them click together. But Connor Dowdy, you can see just how much that bottom line is really preferred here at Daytona. The shorter line around the track, you need to have a lot of cars up there if you want to make it work. Brandon Carter and Ben, if I were them, I would be dropping back as far as I can right now and conserving. Because we have about less than 20 laps, or about 17 until the comp. You can see Connor Dowdy now approaching that mid-pack. He got warned earlier today, hitting that apron, which he is still doing. And Johnny Yang off the pace. Yeah, he was involved in that save on lap 1. And the 15 cutting down hard in front of Connor Dowdy. And I think that was more of the camera angle, but that was a move from the 15 car, which moves him into the top 10, which he was already in, but he's higher up now. 27, Zachary Raines looking high a little bit. That may have just been him entering the corner, though. He's the highest placing Toyota at the moment. Leader is a Dodge. Second place is a Chevy. There's the Toyota. And we enter turn 3 and 4. Nothing really happening in the front of the pack. It's very single file right now, but Brandon Carter will push that 91. Like I said earlier, he does just keep sandwiching people in. It can get dangerous if the field checks up. He's not the car you want to have on your rear if there is a wreck. Because he will run you over and probably flip it. We've seen it happen before, but it hopefully will not happen again. Carl Childress right on that yellow line in front of Benjamin Cuss. Bennett is known to hold back a lot of super speedways. That's why he has such a good win percentage at. He always holds back, waits for the final stages, because he knows that he has the car and the drivers like him enough for him to want to work it through the pack. And oh, car into the wall. There's a flip. Paul is up and over. They race around. Zero holding on to the lead. Right, they're very close racing right now. Appears a bumper grab has taken out that 00 car. It is a bad lick for him, but we come across to the line. Too wide. 16 versus the 0 coming around. He throws a block, and we are under yellow flag conditions at Daytona. And the ticker appears to not be updating, which we are trying to figure out. Appears the ticker just isn't working for today, which is actually a pretty good code test, but we are now going to do a replay on the accident. You can see the 00 car. He appears to be the start of this wreck. On the backstretch, he gets bumped by the 15, cuts back across, 15 goes up and over. This accident would be caused by it appears to be 00. Oh, that's horrible spelling. And I'm actually going to try to fix the code for the ticker mid-race so we won't have a intermittent break. A horrific crash. We are currently under brake trying to get the ticker working for you guys. We are currently, just a note, once again, we are under brake at the moment, trying to get the ticker up and running, but Connor Dowdy in the wall. Just know we are still under brake, in case anyone new started watching. We are still under brake, trying to get things up and running. We're currently trying to figure out what happened with the ticker. But as of now, I can't find anything. We're green next time by, so we're not missing out on any green flag racing, but We are still under break trying to sort out an issue. Yeah, the problem persists. I'm trying to figure out the code before we go back green, but it is just not there, apparently. And if we can't get it up and running, we will simply just not have a ticker for today. Actually, hold on. What we could do here, last minute change really. Cool. By the way, we are still under break, just trying to fix some issues. And we should be going green in a second, which I will cut back to, so we will not miss out on anything. But we're trying to fix the ticker at the moment, so. And yeah, that's it. Okay, here we go. I gotta get this done quick. Game crashed. Game crashed. Okay, the game has crashed. I didn't need to alert drivers. Game has crashed. It's not coming back. Game has crashed. It's not coming back. All right, we are now going to restart without. And yes, we are now doing a restart. So. Now we're taking a little break. And we are now trying to get everything back up and running, but it appears to be all for naught. And we are now restarting just about everything. And we are now restarting the game. Just a note, server is going back up now. If you were at fault for the accident that was about to happen on the green flag, please say your name now. All right, so server is back up. Server is back up. We are just gonna throw it ahead. We're gonna throw it ahead. And dang it, I gotta close the server. I made a mistake. We do have a rain delay. Rain delay and stinger. We are restarting with 8 laps left, so you guys are gonna run 4 laps extra today. No. So we're taking away 8 laps from the normal thing. So server is back up. Good luck, y'all. Because we were on lap 15, right? All right, server is back up. Just a note, server is back up. What's it saying? Try it now. Nope, no. Y'all don't pick up on context clues. Alright, we are just going ahead. We are back in Stinger. Server has exploded momentarily. Yes, we're just going straight to race. We've had a rain delay in Daytona,
Drivers,
which we are now looking
to your
at.
cars.
And everything is back up and running. I'm just gonna inform the drivers. Hey, talking from this point on will be a server mute. Okay, so just checking mics and everything. It is all working. And we are now back after a rain delay at Daytona in Stinger. We had about a 20-minute race there. Server exploded. It went kaboom. Minor issues there. But we are back. Carl Childress, our poster qualifying order has been randomized. This is going to throw a weird spin on the first half of this event. And yeah, we can see the previous race leader, number 0, Trevor Davis, all the way in the back now due to randomized qualifying order. Benjamin Cusson right where he was earlier. So we have one caution remaining because we used up the other one. We restarted. We have a few extra laps today. These drivers are in for a longer night. We have had a rain delay. Server crashed. And we are back at Daytona. Polster Carl Childress. Outside the lane, Zachary Rains. Inside the lane, number 00, TJ Smith, who wrecked in the last start. 7, Cam Smith. He was 6 laps down. So everyone is getting a shot at this right now. And Johnny Yang, or not Johnny Yang, Peter Kenny swerving on the green flag, which is something he may get driver endangered for. As we come to the green flag, and we are green at Daytona. Carl Childress gets the run off the start. These cars are restricted so they don't get that power down like other cars of the era. 00, that low line, just not having it going into turn 1 and 2. Zachary Rains, the leader of that high line. And we have one caution down until lap 20, which will be our calm caution, and he will cut down the field. And we are just going to...
Drivers, to your cars.
And Zachary Rains has been black flagged.
Drivers, start your...
And we are back again. Alright, inform the drivers one more time. Just to note, Quiet Zone is out talking from this point on. It will be a server mute. Zachary Rains, you were black flag for cutting down the field. I don't know how you thought you could come down there, buddy. Good luck. You're gonna have to pit. This was announced at the start of the last race. And Zachary Rains is parking it. He does not want to serve his black flag. He is now retired. So Zachary Rain's black flag parks it because he doesn't want to pit under green. And we're back coming to the green at Daytona. Peter Kenny gets lucky on the random qualifying 2 times in a row, gets in that top 2 rows, but this time he's on the outside pole instead of second row. You can see a lot of drivers who were screwed out of it now back in it. Besides Zachary Rains, of course, he ain't coming back. But yeah. As we come to the green flag, checking the ticker one time, and it appears to have broken again. Or no, it's back. Okay. And we come around this time by start of the Daytona 500, hopefully for the last time. After the server died and we had to restart because Zach couldn't knock it down on someone. We are green flag racing at Daytona. Brandon Carter shooting up to that high line. The high line is currently a bit longer than the low line. That car in the low line would be Buckshot Bill in the 11 car. Denny Hamilton. Connor down, he starts swerving behind that 8, but I think he's just trying to make sure that he doesn't push him going into the corner. Right now, 00 with a substantial lead on his lane, which means there will be a large draft coming up to him going onto the backstretch. 69, Nick Swade decides to drop down behind the 7 car as we come across to the backstretch of lap 1. We have a comp caution on lap 20 to go and make this stage complete, and we have 1 caution to attempt to get there. 16 started squeezing the low line down. We were about 3 wide going into turn 3 and 4. 85 was the car that made it 3 wide, I'm pretty sure. 91, he's just trying to drop back at the moment. 15, looking to go on his inside. No, Connor Dowdy will cause a crash. And there's a massive flip. And we are doing 1 more restart because... And we're just going to let them do quality.
Drivers, to your cars.
And Connor Dowdy managing to allow the 4th restart of the night. And I'll just do some demo laps to keep you guys entertained, because apparently these drivers can't. And yes, we are back running around the Daytona. Unfortunately, I have to do this intro again because Connor Dowdy couldn't hold his line. But yes, we're letting the cars qualify now. Apparently, they just couldn't start. Oddity and Stinger. Normally, drivers are fine. They just keep the races completely green, but hey. Like some drivers said, there would be a rain delay today, and we did in fact get it. 4th restart going into the night. Normally restarts aren't allowed this thing to do with server crash and people not being able to get in. We had to do a lot of troubleshooting to try to get it to work. You can see just how bumpy this track is. I'm not racing today, but I'm just doing a little demo lap to show you. It is extremely bumpy on that bottom line. I am
here
number
comes your
26
first time
forward
lap.
to Murray in the actual 2010 season. But this should get interesting. In the first race we saw some actually very good racing, but now we just can't get it back up and running because some drivers just don't know what they're doing right now. Yes, going around turn 1 and 2, the pumps are not that bad, but going around turn 3 and 4, they get really atrocious. Like to the point where the car is straight up just jumping, it almost feels like. As we come around in 3 and 4, we get a pretty good lick at this. We enter on the low line, or we are getting more stuff. You usually see the car jumps down and it shoots right back up. 3 and 4 is the most bumpy corner on the track as we exit with a speed of 180 miles an hour. Right now, closer to an F1, but in next lane, you'll probably
One more lap.
Pull on his first lap. Last time we came.
49.588.
We will now be backing it down and going to the race session. as we have 1 minute left in the session. And we are going to the race for the final time. As we can now go and watch the final lineup.
Drivers, to your cars.
Drivers, start your engines.
We are now rolling out for hopefully what is the final time at Daytona. Actually, wait, I'm gonna flag him under actual. And we are around for, Jesus, we've been on the spectrum so many times. I don't even know if the race is going to get going here. Just checking the ticker right quick, making sure everything's working. So it should roll by, no time recorded in this session, and it should roll back around. Which is not, or it is happening, okay. Everything seems to be working as Trevor Davis upholster. Once again, we've had to go through about 4 restarts due to the game crashing during the race. But we're back, hopefully for the last time at Daytona. In the last race, we saw a wreck involving TJ Smith when he got a bad push from the 15. He's now starting in the back of the pack. As we come to the green flag at Daytona, Trevor Davis, our pollster, looking to lead some more laps as he's already done so well today. And we are green flag racing at Daytona. Outline not as long as it was previously. Johnny Yang and Zachary Raines deciding to retire to not having a good enough night. They didn't feel like their cars were there. And Peter Kenny gets thrown on the outside lane, trying to clear that zero, trying to get him at bottom lane and take the lead. But I don't think he can do it. Peter Kenny has 0 wins, and Trevor has 1 win in the league. Both drivers are about equally talented, but I just don't think that highline is really there today. As we go into the backstretch of the highline right now, it consists of Peter Kenny in the 16, Buckshot Bill in the 11, Brandon Carter in the 19, Paul Piercone in the 15. And you can see Benjamin Cusson holding back. They're trying to not get involved in anything. As we enter turn 3 and 4, Connor Downey and 69, both sliding up rapidly. Really close to wrecking there. Zero needs to do better when it comes to avoiding these wrecks. As he swerves in front right after getting warned, Connor Downey goes on his inside. 69 is now stuck on that outside lane. You can see Trevor Davis, Peter Kenny, and Nick Slade all up there. Connor Downey leading the bottom lane with Brandon Carter behind, followed by Cam Smith entering this corner. They will need to get off each other's bumper, else we can see a big crash happen here as Connor swerves on that bottom, hits the apron, looking to get warned for it. But no, he will not. They're 3-1 coming out of 3 and 4. Nick Slade in the wall. He will save it. Almost, yes, he will. A save from Nick Slade. I think it was caused by the 16. We will keep it green. 00 sneaking below that line, just trying to look and see what's happening up ahead. I'm not trying to go for a pass there, but we can see Trevor Davis still the leader. Connor Downey in second. What he needs to do is stop hitting that apron if he wants to be able to stay up there without a black flag. You can't really afford to do it at a bumpy track when closing rates are so high, and I think he just got shuffled out. Yes, he did. Connor Downey has been shuffled out of the low line. Cam Smith will now take second place in this race. You can see just how much he's falling back. He does not have that draft. He's losing it all. Cam Smith got his first win at Bristol Dirt, his second win at Daytona. Will he go and be able to repeat it? His last win was many months ago. Although, seeing how he's been running in the past few days, I think he can be able to do it. He started the last race 6 laps down, and he will start this one in fourth place, making his way all the way up to second though. In the back of the pack, you can see Nick Swade, Carl Childress, and Benjamin Cusson. Yeah, Benjamin Cusson is right there. 15 all the way on the apron. I think he's trying to check up for someone. You could see just how far that 48 car has fallen. He was running in second place, and now he's all the way on the high line, falling to last. Blocking all the way down to that apron, the 7 car right on the zeros bumper, going into turn 3 and 4. 11 car seeking high, blocking both lanes, with that 16 getting very close to being wrecked right here. As we come around for lap 5 of 40 in the Daytona 500 in Stinger. This is a non-point paying event, simply more so for fun. And 15 Paul Perricone will shoot out to that high line. We can just go on his onboard right now. Him and Peter Kenny are very good friends. They're actually running numbers that are clutching to each other. As the 16 ditches him, maybe, yes, he ditches him, goes on the bottom. Brandon Carter will take a piss spot instead. As we come around for the backstretch, 15 cutting low, trying to get on that inside of that 19, work together with that 16, but it just isn't working there. I think these drivers really want to play conservative. They want to have a shot at winning this race. The 16 just can't stop going on that outside lane. You can see cars really getting close to wrecking him there. But they're all holding it together. Maybe by a needle, maybe by thread, but they are holding it together. As we come around for lap 5, Trevor Davis still our leader. Cam Smith in second. You see Buckshot Bill, he dropped back in the original race on the backstretch because he was having lag issues. He's now worked his way all the way up to third. 16 Peter Kenny right behind that 25. I thought he was going to undercut for a second, but then we cut back and it just didn't happen. On the high line right now, you can see Paul Perricone. Behind him, 91 Ben Cusson holding back. 8 car Carl Childress, who had to save it. And 69 Nick Slade, who is in the wall, which we will not replay his accidents. I think the pack is heating up a little bit. And yes, oh, very close. Peter Kenny not giving any room to the cars in the bottom, but the cars in the bottom just bouncing around, really getting close to him. It was a dangerous ride for that high line, at least right here. If I was in this race right now, I'd try to make all the high line moves in turn 1 and 2. When you're out there and you're stuck up there, and you got a car behind you, ain't much you can really do. As we enter turn 1 and 2, as to whether or not 16 will make contact with another car will make contact with him is to be determined. With Connor Downey all into that apron, and he will not make contact. Going in helicopter camera, you can see just how close these cars are actually racing. They're about bumper to bumper going on the backstretch. 25 gets the 11 a push. As we enter turn 1 and 2, 0 car still the leader, but it's getting dicey. The 11 car did shuffle up there. You saw the 7 car do it as well. I think if these drivers really want to, they can go ahead and pass Trevor Davis at will. As we come to 13 to the comp. The high line still being the same as it was earlier, 16, 19, and 15. But Brandon Carter into the wall. Bad bump on his part. Don't know why he's trying to push it necessarily so early in the race. He's going to end up screwing himself out of this stage. You can see just how much he's dropping away from the pack. Daniel Plows Jr. cutting back down to that bottom lane. TJ Smith was following him to look to see the outside lane. But they all cut down. I think they decided it was not worth it. I think they saw what happened to Brandon Carter, pushing it way too hard for lap 7 of a race, and he is now way back. You can see his car, the 19 Dodge, here. Number 0 car, followed by the 7. It's been the same top 3, maybe top 5 even, for a little while. These drivers in the front of the pack, not looking to really try to make moves. McDonald's Dodge has just been holding onto it. He held onto it in the first race, and he's holding onto it now. But we may start seeing things heat up as we get closer to lap 20. That's to be determined, though, as we will just let the racing speak for itself more so. Seven car really pushing the 0. We could see him trying to make a move, but it's just not working for him. Cam Smith cannot get around Trevor Davis. Buckshot Bill, a surprising hard to see in the top 3, actually holding on to it very well. Peter Kenny still trying to make that high line work. He's seen it nearly take his life multiple times, but I think he's going to try to stick with it. I think that's the line he thinks will get him the win, and I think he's going to stick with it throughout. It appears Daniel Plus Jr. barely clear. I'm not sure if he's picking the high line or picking the low line, but he is picking lag at the moment, which appears to us moving out. And the number 25, GoDaddy Chevrolet. Buckshot Bill now on that high line with Peter Kenny. And you get to see he falls through the pack hard. Although it doesn't look like he's trying to trap, it looks... I don't know what's happening here, actually. Peter Kenny putting it 3 wide. Buckshot goes into the wall, really falling off pace due to that. But Peter, I'm not sure if he's trying to work with someone or just trying to stay where he is, because if he really wanted to, he could have drafted in behind someone. As we come to 9 to the column. Cars behind right now would be 11, 19, 91, 69, and the 8. Cutting back to the lead pack, you see Trevor Davis followed by Cam Smith like it's been for about the past 5 laps. Front pack really shrinking out. Everyone's been conservative and a lot of cars have made mistakes. Checking the ticker on the stream and it's just not coming out how it should. Unfortunately, it's just not appearing to work as intended, which we may have to fix in a future build before it actually comes out for release. This ticker has been plagued by issues for the past while. We have sorted a few out and we have sorted some others out not as well, so all of that is to be fixed. We will sort of go quiet for the next few laps, just let the racing speak for itself until something interesting actually happens, as the caution is on 20 to round out the stage. You can really see how bumpy these cars are actually going. You can see Trevor Davis bounce from inside the ground to way outside. As it gets a little icy, just looking at it from the leader's perspective, from behind, you can see Peter Kenny in the 15, what they're actually really trying to do is pull that high line, play it a little safe, not really push too hard for that lead, but Hunter Downey all the way back there, appears to spot in behind. And we are 7 to the top. Top is on lap 20. And oh, they're loose. TJ Smith in the wall. Huge crash, it appears, in turn 3. Caution is out. TJ Smith involved, Peter Kenny as well. We are now under caution. You can see here, going into turn 3, 25 gives a bad push. It's on the 25 for this crash. And now the field under caution after an incident involving the 25 to 0 and 16. Trevor Davis, Cam Smith, Connor Dowdy, Paul Perricone, Daniel Plus Jr., who is now black flagged, Buckshot Bill, Brandon Carter, TJ Smith, Ben Cusson, and Nick Wade. Also, no, Carl Childress is back there as well. This will not be the comp. And we are green next time by. We will go green with about 17 to go. Every car enters pit road. 16 gets out early. I think he had to tow, yes, because his time says a minute down. But I think 16 is actually a lap down. Which will make him our lucky dog. Very bright lights and exiting pit road. The leader off pit road in terms of lead lap cars is the 0. Brendan Carter, the last car off the pit road. Lou Zell. Oh, Zell, when you 20 to turn right. This man is really trying to eliminate the competition. That's the words of Buckshot Bill. And we are green this time by Peter Kenny's our lucky dog. The drivers are saying the run is just not there. .25 making his way up a pit road. You can see a little bit of hood damage on that car. You can see right through his hood, actually. But yes, he was involved in the cause of the wreck that has brought out the caution. And we are going green this time by 2 to the caution at the green flag, so we may see some last minute moves. Nick Wade, he actually had a wild crash on the front stretch, drifted about 3 times, both into the wall every single time, but was able to pull out of it, just barely. And I just had the thing up. Ah, the stream's just to hell. And we are now green. You can see the cars as I forgot to click the home button again. Today's been a hectic day. We had a server crash. We had a lot happen. But the first half of this race was actually really good. As we are green flag racing at Daytona. Trevor Davis on that right below that line. We're going to actually focus on the back attack because Carl Childress, 7 and 8, right on the outside of the 7, Cam Smith. But I don't think he's going to have anywhere to go with that. It appears. Oh, Kenny around. He's in that wall hard. And we're 2 wide, side by side, coming out the turn 3 and 4. Carl Childress makes it 3 wide, or no, it'll double file out. We're 2 wide. Nick Slade, the leader at Daytona. 1 lap to the comp. Connor down. He shoots down to the bottom. 91. Benjamin Cusson closing up on that high line hard. If anything happens from this point on, it will be no caution. And it does happen. Carl Childress round 15 in the wall. Flip into the fence. Into the fence. Into the fence. Massive crash. Carl Childress flipping rapidly. Caution will be thrown at the line because we do not have any caution attempts remaining. We are now racing back for the comp. You can see all the cars involved. Carl Childress, I don't know where he went. I think he's retired. Yes, he has. With the battle for the lead, Nick Slade and Cam Smith, as well as Trevor Davis in the 0 car. Lord, man, that crash was something. Connor Downey not able to close up, I think. That big crash, man. That's a little scary to see. The 15, I'm not sure. And 7 car looking to beat the 0 to the line. He's saying his spotter called it relayed. Cam Smith will lead back to the caution. As Carl Childress ate his words. He said it's not worth the racing. Decided to start racing. That's... You can see it here. 8 of Carl Childress, he decided to push it high. 15 may be at fault for this incident. Carl Childress cuts down low. 15 shoots up high. Barely a hit, but this hit was bad. Carl Childress tumbled through the fence. Very bad hit for Carl. Wow, man, that... Carl Childress tumbled through the fence. Carl Childress, to restate what he said himself, it's not worth racing before the green flag. 2 laps later, we're now going to cut back to his crash, actually. You could see it just went bad for him. The 8 car, Carl Childress. You could see we're going to cut to a car in the back of the pack. It was stated it was not worth racing by Carl Childress. Later happened, he flipped multiple times into the fence. It was a bad crash. Oh man, that is a wild wreck. You can see him tumble on through. Barely turned. I don't think this crash will ever be as bad as it actually was. You can see him in the fence throwing his car and he jostled around. Very bad hits for Carl Childress all around. Not a good time for him. talking to the drivers, I really want to do a halfway restart run. What is this? Truly a race in Stinger, man. Normally we go to Daytona, it's a very clean race. We go here in CLTs, the man hits the fence, and we're green at Daytona. Cam Smith, the leader, followed by Trevor Davis, Connor Dowdy, and Ben Cussin. That is a wild crash. Plenty to go at Daytona. And rest in peace to Carl Childress. He hit the fence earlier. Truly sad moment. We saw his car get massively airborne there. The drivers are now speaking about how they want to go outside, but they do not want to risk it, because if someone doesn't go with them, it'll just be bad. '69, whoa, he dodged that checkup massively well. That is a good move from Nick Slater. 69, Nick Slade with some great stack-up avoidance. If he was there, there may have been another crash, but thanks to him, nothing happened. Good move on that 69 Chevrolet. TJ Smith looking to make that outside work. I think he will not get back on the... No, he will. He will get back on the inside lane. As racing is sort of starting to heat up, Peter Kenny's been trying to make that outside line work all day. Has not worked for him yet, though, as we come up 15 to go at Daytona. We can see the highline starting to really form up right now. Lots of the field has wrecked today. 16 not clear, almost wrecked the 48. Maybe even I think the 48 has momentum going the right direction. But a lap down car, 25. This may cause some issues. Oh boy, this is gonna get close. He barely made it there. Dan Palal Jr. nearly wrecks the entire field at Daytona. Trevor Davis, he was talking about going to the outside earlier, and he has now done it. Cam Smith goes to the outside. No, he does not. He closes back in, going into 3 and 4. You can see these cars bouncing about. 48 hard on the apron, getting back off of it. '48 has been black flag Connor Dowdy. He cannot hold his line, and he just keeps hitting the apron. So he will have to serve a black flag within these coming laps. Oh boy, this is going to get interesting. Oh, he kept it there. Do better. Connor Dowdy nearly wrecks the entire field entering pit road at Daytona. Trevor Davis, our new leader. The high line is still there. Low line is not really a thing anymore. Everyone's trying to make a move now. And Connor Dowdy did not spin it, but some drivers are saying he did. That high line is working, but they're side by side. Peter Kenny almost cleared him. As we come to 14 to go. TJ Smith all the way on that apron. You can see just how much these drivers are disliking this low lane. Everyone is trying to get high. Everyone's trying to get a little bit of that money. Going into 1 and 2, Peter Kenny does not clear the 0 as he did on the back. Well, he didn't clear him, but he got very close. 0 car getting a huge run on coming onto the backstretch. That's TJ Smith. Because that low line, there's a lot of gaps. There's a lot of just open air. 0 car moves up. Trevor Davis trying to block and hold his lead. Let's make it nicely going into 3 and 4. 7 car leading the bottom lane. No, 16 and 0 cut down and leaving the 19 and the 91 out to dry. Inverted numbers, I guess you can say. As we come around, coming to lap 30 next time by at Daytona. We're rapidly approaching 10 to go. Almost 3 wide back to back. For the small amount of cars that are actually in this race, because a lot of cars have wrecked out. Connor Downey was black flagged earlier. And we're going to actually look for where he is now. He's all the way back there. You can see him fly by. Low line starting to form way back in. I think we're going to see another heat up moment either now to the end or closer to the end, around 3 to go. Takes around 10 laps to really get that lap, or to get it. Seven car has been black flagged for door slamming. And number 7 has been black flagged. Second car black flagged in this green flag run. Coming to 10 to go this time by will he pit? Maybe not. It's to be determined when he actually does decide to pit, because he does need to enter pit road and search black flag within the next 3 laps. He's racing the Lucas with the black flag. He can't do it, but it's definitely interesting to see. Cam Smith trying to protest what happened, which we're not going to look at actually. So, on lap 30, coming around to the backstretch. Just before this, it's on lap 29, it seems. So you can see he turns, they make, he just starts door dinging him apparently. Not the smartest move from him. Connor Downey, a lap down card, looking to get passed by the leaders. He's about to get disqualified, actually. Cam Smith, if he doesn't pit this time by. Connor Downey may be able to join this main pack. Oh, 0. Oh, here we go. 3 wide on a turn 3 and 4. Buckshot Bill seeks that inside. He should be disqualified now. I think so. Yes, he has been DQ'd. He has been DQ'd. Cam has been DQ'd. Cam Smith has been disqualified for not serving his black flag. 2 Dodges take the lead. High line forming again. 2 Toyotas, 1 Chevy. Oh boy, this is gonna get interesting. If Connor... Oh, the game just froze for a second there. Connor Downey may be able to catch the pack and change the time of this battle going on for the win at Daytona. If he can draft up to the field and he goes in the high line, he may be the car that wins either Trevor Davis or Brandon Carter or whoever wins really this race. Going down to the backstretch, you can see it's getting dicey. A lot of cars are moving high. Brandon Carter is supporting his hands and going nuts. Brandon Carter is in the 19 Dodge. Peter Kenny in the 16 Chevy on the outside, followed by the 91 Benjamin Custom. TJ Smith on that inside of the L0 Chevrolet. He hits the a little bit. Trevor Davis goes around to take lap 35. We'll come to the opponent in the return next time. Bye. And the high line, making it work almost. These guys really got to hold it on the bottom. Peter Kenny and Benjamin Custom are giving no leeway. And Connor Dowdy, like I said earlier, he will start to make it work. He's going on the high line, trying to move him up there. Going on the front stretch. Trevor Davis blocks both lines, 11 in the wall. That may end his day. This may end the high line as well, because he's one of the main runners. He's going to need to slot back in. He's going to need to hope that he does not have damage. Because even with their 4 cars, they may not be able to make it by. Buckshot Bill hit the wall going on the front stretch. This may change this entire race. Brandon Carter, last place winner in second place. Oh, they touched. Almost wrecked, almost. Oh no, back at the wall. There's a huge crash. Large wreck in the back. At this point, it's Brandon Carter versus Trevor Davis. Oh no, big crash in the back. We're now going to review what actually happened. Going into turn 3 and 4, Ben gave a bad push. Big crash for Kenny. He gets stuck on the wall. Engine damage is severe on that car. Trevor Davis, after a long and pretty bad night, may be able to bring it home with 3 to go at Daytona. Brandon Carter can go 2 in a row for Petty Motorsports. Or the 0 car can bring it home for himself. I'm just watching this man. It's 2-car tango now, the entire field wrecked behind him. 2 to go this time by Brandon Carter. He has to make a move if he wants to have a shot at winning this. Brandon Carter, he dodged into the grass at Charlotte to win. And he may dodge into the grass. Well, he can't do it here, but he may just dodge underneath that 0 car with no remorse to win this race. 2 to go at Daytona. Brandon Carter on that high line. Lap down cars closing in behind him. And this may close the entire tide of the battle. If Connor Dowdy wants to go high with that 19, it can end up having a big effect. And it will. I think it will. Brandon Carter into the apron. Goes high. Yes. He needs... All he needs to do is go high and undercut the 0. Going on to the last lap. Here we go. 15 cars started. 3 cars on the lead lap coming to the finish. As we come to the white flag at Daytona, Trevor Davis, our leader. Brandon Carter in second place. If I was the 11, I'd start drafting with the 19 from now. They are running out of time to make a move. They're trying to do it now. They go high. 19 on the bottom, 0 in front, 48 and the 11 are going to have to try to push this car around. We're on board with the 19. Bad block. Bad block again. Bumper grab. Connor Downey hard in the wall. They come around. Brandon Carter will be, not Brandon Carter, Trevor Davis will be a two-time winner in Stinger at Daytona. He wins at Daytona. Good win for Trevor Davis. Interesting race. That was something. We are now checkered flag at Daytona. Good win for Trevor Davis.